I say, boy, don't point that revolver at me.
Morning, y'all. Oh my God, I'm on a dragon, y'all. I'm on a dragon.
This video is not intended for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe.
Good morning, Valhalla! The jester of sin! Watch for the water bottles, it's Mary's game room! Walter Tomascu! Company Psychodorthon and Shockwave! Christopher Dominguez! Great googly moogly, it's positive candor! It's time to wake the neighbors with Southern Viking! Gary Badger Sandwich Worthington with a UK scoop! The Wrench of Wrenches, Chris Persia! Henry Gamble! Look out, it's Mephisto's movie reviews! Victor Fontaine! Scorpio Mazzamundo! Project Cambridge! Lady Erin D! The Lady Arwyn Avalon! Zion Zimmer! Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Mornings of Mischief. I'm your host, Stone Loki, and of course, this is the Week in Review with the Rooster Day Bob. What's up, Day Bob?
Nothing much. Just don't point no revolver at me.
Oh, no.
Don't do it, y'all. Don't do it. He'll pick your eye out.
Oh, taking people's eye out. Greetings, brother. How are you doing? Greetings, program. And of course, the lovely lady, Arwyn Avalon. What's up, Arwyn? How are you doing?
Eating pizza and losing my shit, but
Eating pizza and losing my shit. What a way to start the day.
Sounds like a very interesting morning.
No, it's fine. I've got coffee. I'm here. I'm good. That's all I need right now. We're good. Y'all, it's Friday morning.
Good.
We're here.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Big no-no for me, but I'm going to have it anyway because holy shit, what a week.
We won't tell anyone.
Yeah, don't come in here and be like, what the hell are you doing? Happy Dinosaur AK, what's up, brother? How are you doing? Good to see you.
When he pulls his hoodie up over his head and starts saying,
Fire! Fire! Fire!
get some TP for your bunghole.
TB
Oh
from my bunghole. God help me. I got a mega pint of coffee right beside me. Just got up from the afternoon nap. I'm good.
Yeah. Coffee.
It's like a winner.
Good morning, Darth Arlena. How are you doing? We got Jester of Sin, Chris Purge of the Wrench of Wrenches, and Darth Arlena over on the Rumbles. I don't know why we were the live viewers were freaking out yesterday. Said we had 300 people, and I was like, "Holy shit! How is that possible?" And then it found out that Twitter was counting viewers, but they were impressions.
Wait,
I don't
what?
know.
They were impressions.
They were impressions. That means someone like saw it in their feed, but they counted it as a viewer, like someone clicking on it and watching it.
Okay, I gotcha.
I was like,
Like when
what
you're
in the
just
hell's going
scrolling by.
on?
Yeah.
Yeah, like when you scroll on by on Twitter, it was
Gotcha.
showing people. Yeah, it was like, wow, okay.
Damn no AI.
Yeah, I don't know what Elon's doing, but fix your shit.
Well, I've been having fun with AI this week personally. It's been fun. I've been creating pictures.
So, for those of you who don't know, the creator of Dragon Ball, Akira Toriyama, passed away yesterday.
Yeah.
So, I was completely blown away with that. I saw that last night. Thank you, Makani, for letting us know that. And thank you, your Muslim uncle, both of you, for your super chats. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. What do we got? What should we give him? Should we give him $1? Since it's a Western theme.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Stick with the theme.
The original. Here you go. Thank you guys so very much. Skull!
A dollar? I've never seen a dollar. Nobody's got a dollar. Let us see the dollar. There it is. It's beautiful. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. I've never seen anything like it. It's a whole dollar. Not a nickel, not a quarter, not a penny. It's a dollar. So I don't know if you guys have been keeping track. We've been talking about this story since
it happened.
Yep.
So we broke this the day it happened. We talked about this. We were in Dallas doing the very first, kind of like the prototype for Valhalla Con. It was just me and Mike and Nick when this happened. It was absolutely crazy. I'm going to share this. All sorts of stuff came out at the trial of Hannah Gutierrez.
Yeah.
Poor girl. She's thrown under the bus. She should have never been there. I mean, the only reason she was there was because of her, father and connections. That was, and Alex, his team threw her under the bus.
Well, come to find out, she brought some of the live rounds.
Oh yeah,
onto the set.
I'm not saying she's not guilty. I'm just saying that she should have never actually been there in the first place.
No, she should not have. And go ahead, Loki. Go ahead. I got thoughts. I've been following the trial, but
go ahead. I just said I was just agreeing with Dayball. Please go ahead.
Okay. Here's the thing. One thing that came out of Brandon Lee's shooting was that they had to kind of revamp everything, look, double check, cross T's, dot I's, all that thing. I think what needs to come out of this is you got to freaking speak up, because here she is. She had 2 major jobs, which first of all is a no-no. One person needs to be really the head cheese of one department, because these are big departments. These are massive, major things that they're working on. It's not like you can have one person running here doing that and doing another thing. This is too big. It's too big scale. So she had that. And two, from what I understand, or at least this is her testimony. This is her testimony. When what's his face, the director or the assistant or whatever the hell he was, when he came up to get the gun, I forget exactly what she said to him, but she was like, well, it hasn't been checked, or it hasn't this, it hasn't something. She said something to him to imply, okay, let's take a beat and let's do whatever we need to do. And he was like, we don't have time. Is it cold, or can I take it? And she said yes, and he took it. Should have fucking said no, dude. Let me check the gun.
Yep.
But she's very young. She was over her head. She should have never been armor in the first place. She was not ready for that. They had her in charge of other shit. You got Baldwin over there, playing cowboy. It was a mess. And yeah, she was wrong, but there's a whole lot more to this than just she fucked up. And what I want to know is, it took them 10 hours. Something like 10 hours to get back from when the jury left to a guilty verdict? It's not a good sign. No. So I'm wondering what kind of ripple effect this is going to have on Baldwin, because he was the one who actually did pull the damn trigger.
That's right.
Negligently. So, okay,
well,
go
it
ahead.
doesn't bode well, that's for sure.
I had to get that out. I'm like, she's not the evil boogaboo, but she fucked up, and they fucked up by having her do all this stuff, and her not saying, hey, I know you're in charge of me. I know I'm only 20-something years old, but you hired me to do this job. Calm the fuck down until I check this gun. Back off. He'll get it when he gets it. And if Mr. Baldwin doesn't like it, he can come fire me.
Yep.
But that comes with age and experience and courage. You have to be able to stand up for yourself. If you don't, guess what?
You get walked on.
You get walked on, and then you get convicted of involuntary manslaughter.
Well,
go ahead, Dave.
Well, also it came up in the trial. Of course, we knew this before. I mean, it was divulged before. The FBI forensic guy that was checking that revolver, he said there is absolutely no way that pistol could have been fired without pulling the trigger. He said it was in perfect working order. All the safeties and everything worked, and he had to physically, with a hammer, break the gun to make it fire without pulling the trigger.
There you go.
And that was brought up in the trial.
Yeah. Why the hell? But at the end of the day, there was live ammo, and she was in charge.
Yep.
And that's what they're going on. You have to.
As co-producer for the movie, and the one who fired the gun, Baldwin is just as, if not more, responsible.
Yep.
Because he was rushing everything. He had dissension on the set, on location. He had there's a lot involved with this, with the crew that left. So one of the things you have to understand is there was a whole part of this. The director, Hala Hutchinson, her film crew was literally escorted off of the location. They had done a walkout because of unsafe conditions.
Yep.
He had them escorted off the location and brought in a group of people. We don't know where he got them. We don't know where he picked them up, but he brought them in as a skeleton crew to cover these people that he walked out. Why did they do a walkout in the first place? Because they had told them they were doing like a 3-4 hour drive back and forth, whatever it was. And he had promised them and told them, you will have accommodations at this ranch that we're staying at. We're going to put you up because it's the only thing out there. So it's not like you can put them up in a Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
And he decided that he did not want to spend the money as co-producer. He wanted this to be a freebie, a free movie. How is it free, Loki? This movie was being made on tax credits. So they weren't spending any money on this movie. So it was free to make for them. Baldwin didn't want to spend any money. He's a cheap, tight ass. He could have pulled out his Black American Express card and been like, boom, get us rooms. He didn't. So they walk off. They bring in this unknown crew that we still have no idea who they are, where they came from. Where did they go down to the Home Depot and just pick up some illegals down at the Home Depot? We have no idea. Really. I mean, we don't know.
You, and you.
Yeah. Come with me.
Come with me. We do know that they weren't SAG. They weren't caught. Yeah, they were not. These were independent contractors that were being paid by the day that they brought in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they weren't like in any of these groups that they should have been in. So they had no idea what they're doing. Migrants. Thank you, Lady Aaron D. We have no idea of their experience. We have no idea what they've ever done. I think Alec just went and got some guys and said, okay, manual labor, move this shit around. Ben, after that, we get to this thing where, okay, we're going to shoot. We've wasted enough time. We're going to shoot. Go get my gun. I want my gun now. Bring it out. Fast as you can. Chop, chop, chop.
Yeah, let's go. Time is money. Blah, 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 blah.
Time is money. Hurry up. He goes to the armor. She's doing 2 different jobs. He's like, give me the gun. She, part of her defense was, I informed him that I hadn't checked it. He said, I need it, and I need it now. Is it cold or is it hot? It's cold. Okay, give it to me.
Right. Now,
part of the problem with that
it doesn't take just a second to check that thing. It's not like, it's some onerous task. All you got to do is just open the loading gate and just half cock it and then just slowly roll through there and make sure there's no live rounds in there.
Now, can you tell? I can tell if I've held a gun and used a gun before, and I am moderately familiar with the weapon, I can tell you whether it's got a round in it or not. Not just full. Not just one. I don't know if I could do one, but if it's a loaded gun, I can tell you by the weight if it's loaded or not.
Yeah, and also if you spin that cylinder around and look through the loading gate and you see the back of the bullet and you see a primer, dummy rounds don't have primers.
Yep. And you got to shake them. So everything you got to shake. Yep. And you don't need to have dummy rounds when you're not live or when you're not doing a recording anyway. They're just having them stand there and fan on the gun. Now, Alex says he didn't pull the trigger. If you're standing there and you're holding the gun and you're fanning that gun, the hammer will not come back. So you're just ripping this part of your hand on the hammer. That's all you're doing. So if he didn't have the trigger pulled down, then there's no clicking. That hammer's not moving. You're just ripping the shit out of the side of your hand.
Yep.
Unless you have some good leather gloves on.
Well, why would he not pull the trigger? I mean, let's think of this realistically. You're on a set. You're making a pew pew movie. You're illustrating something or whatever, and you've got a gun, and you're gonna pull the damn trigger. That's why they have dummy rounds. So why would he take the gun thinking it's cold, doing what he does, and not pull it? That just doesn't make any sense to me. He thought the gun was dead.
Yeah, he thought it was cold.
He thought it was cold. So if you think it's cold, you think there's no danger, go ham. But he's claiming he didn't.
Zed says, I thought Baldwin's producer credit was just in a name only thing. No. The money that a producer would usually put up, that was a name only thing. But his job as a producer is to make sure the movie gets made, to make sure everything's running the way it's supposed to be. You're in charge of changes to the movie. You're in charge of settling, like if the crew, something's wrong with the crew. There's all kinds of things that he's in charge of above everybody else. That's a producer's job. At least that's supposed to be a producer's job. We've come to find out over the years that you can get called a producer like Kathleen Kennedy. Oh, excuse me. And just sit there and fetch coffee and do stupid shit.
Mm-hmm. But even if it's Alec Baldwin. Even if he was a name only, you don't think him, sauntering around there that his word wouldn't have weight? His word would absolutely have weight. Anyone under him would absolutely have weight. If he says, go get that gun from that little blonde girl and give it to me, I've got 5 seconds or your ass is going to be out. I'm not saying he said that, but I'm using that as an example. Go get it now. I need it now. People are going to scramble. It's Alec Baldwin. Let's do it.
Baldwin.
Shit,
It's
even
Alec
if he was
Baldwin.
just a guest on a set, they would.
Well, he's also probably pretty intimidating on the set.
Right.
Veteran actor.
Right.
And, when he says something, people are going to jump.
Of course. So.
And a lot of people have brought up the fact, yes, he has plenty of experience doing all this. And this little girl didn't.
Yep.
I do not feel sorry for her in any way, shape, or form. There's a lot that's come out that we didn't know about. She didn't make any attempt to find out how Halen Hutchinson was doing. She spent the first 48 hours making sure her ass wasn't going to get in the position it is now.
Yep, she's trying to cover. Yep.
She did not reach out.
Cover.
Loki, to be honest, I don't blame her. I honestly, it's your first film as a major armor. You're what? She's 24?
Yeah.
22, something like that. She's very young. She's overwhelmed. They're probably all overworked.
She's 26 now, so she was maybe 23, 24.
So
I know when her birthday is. I would say 23.
She knew this was going to come down on her. And again, I'm not saying that the conviction wasn't correct. But God, when I watched her mom in the court, I wanted to lose it. As a mom, I'm like, fuck.
Involuntary manslaughter is just what it says.
Yeah.
Why is this so different than what happened with Brandon Lee with the Crow? Brandon Lee, it was not a bullet.
Yeah, it was
that
just
killed
something
Brandon
lodged
Lee.
in the barrel.
It was a piece of metal that was lodged in the barrel, and it had a wad in it, and when the blank went off, it went through his hand and killed him.
Ugh.
But it went through his hand and killed him, yeah, because he bled to death. They were not prepared for that in any way, shape, or form. And it was again, as badass as that movie is, that was a cheap movie. They were doing that movie on the cheap. Nobody expected that movie to be the huge thing it is today.
Oh yeah.
So it was a cheap movie.
Yeah, and Zed brings up a good point. Her daddy was the experienced armor, and that's the reason she was on the set. Yeah. It was because Daddy got her the job.
Daddy got her the job. And but that's not the only thing that was on set. So as I don't know if it has it in here, as the jury was being interviewed after the trial, cocaine got brought up.
Yeah, I heard about this. I remember this.
She had a 8-ball of cocaine on location and ditched it with someone. She had it on location in the armorer's station and ditched it with someone because she was worried that when the investigators showed up, they'd find the cocaine.
Yep.
Hell yeah, I'd be too. I don't do cocaine. I'm just saying if I had been hurt, yeah. She probably got it from Baldwin. I'm sorry. I'm Sorry.
Probably.
You know there were drugs on that set. I know she's
Yeah.
not the only one.
Yeah.
But no drugs should have been on that set, y'all. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. I'm not saying I
It
agree
should
with
not
it.
be at anybody's workplace, but
agree.
you know,
Nope, not at
it
all.
ends up there.
Yep.
Well, there was one charge that was not that they didn't, they didn't convict her of, and that was evidence tampering, which, from what I understand, there was a little bit of that going on too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they found
Cover their
evidence for
ass.
So, how do you think this is going to play out for Mr. Baldwin?
That's the big question.
Mm-hmm.
That is the big question we have now. She's looking at a maximum of 18 months.
Yeah, I think that's the maximum sentence.
Yes. Yep, that is the maximum sentence for it.
Here's what I don't understand. Why can't they sentence them? Okay, the judge, they all know what the potential sentences are going to be, blah, blah, blah. Why did they take her into custody when she's been out all this time just to sentence her, I think in April or May? Because
now she is guilty of taking a life. They're like, this isn't, we're gonna let you out on bond until your trial. No, she has been found guilty.
Okay.
Now here's the good thing. Okay. Let's say that they're like, okay, you get 3 months for this, right? So you've got March, April, May, and boom. So she might just have to spend like a month in jail, and that's it. If they give her 3 months, whatever time she spends being held now will be time served once they put her in whatever prison they decide to put her in, or if they decide to, if they're like, you know what, you spent 2 months in jail eating food loaf. You don't want to know what food loaf is. You don't want no food loaf. Ain't nobody want to eat food loaf. They might be like, okay, you can go. You've learned your lesson, maybe.
Well, her attorney annoyed the hell out of me because it's like, all right, if it comes back with the guilty, you've got to look at you have to have your shit lined up. He's looking on his phone. He's like, the prosecution stands up and they're like, yes, we would like her to be, remanded into custody at this time. And he's like, well, under this rule, blah, 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 or this. And then he's like, oh, hang on a minute, Your Honor, I have to find it. He's scrolling through his phone. I'm like, bitch, I would have all the potentials printed out in front of me, ready to go. So if the prosecutor said ABC, I would come back with
and you can guarantee you that Alec's lawyers will.
Yes, they will. He's got the money to make this thing last and get the best law. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be a whole different train wreck.
Yeah. It's going to be a whole different ball game.
Yeah. We may get a OJ.
I was thinking that trial of the century. I was thinking that. Yeah.
But apparently the DA was already laying groundwork for Baldwin's trial during the closing of this trial. Yes, they were. They've been working on this for a long time.
DA's like, we got to get our shit together, y'all.
Yeah, she didn't have green hair, rainbow hair, purple hair, whatever the other kind of color hair. She colored her hair.
Oh, that's all intentional.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, her lawyer said
she looked
you
like
got to
a
look
good little girl.
that's all intentional. All intentional.
Yeah, you got to look the part. You can't be your normal self. That's why you always see, the suits and the ties, and
you got to look nice. Yeah.
Alec ain't using no public defender.
No, he's not, Sensei. He is not using any public defender.
Well, the reason that they dropped the charges against him after they were going to arrest him the first time was because that someone, tried to say that the weapon was defective and, he didn't, pull the trigger and all that. And the prosecutors, they had to go with what they were given, but it was fabricated.
And they're gonna this is everything he's done already is gonna come back to bite him in the ass because him going on national TV, him saying the things he said, makes him sound very unsensitive. I didn't pull the trigger. Wasn't me. It's not my fault.
Right.
I didn't do anything wrong. All that's going to get replayed in court for the jury. So everything that he's done since then, every action he's taken, everything he's done to financially secure his assets, that way they can't take shit from him.
Mhm.
All of that will be thrown at the jury, and she'll see this is how much he cares about the death of
Put up
Halen
Graham's
Hutchinson.
comment. That's funny.
Oh my God, Grim.
If the bullet don't fit, you must have quit.
Oh my God.
Well, they found, okay, one of the big things they found, let me pull this up. They found, okay, so they found the live rounds. There's a picture. Okay, scroll back down. There's a picture of her. They have live rounds in this.
Seriously?
I'm not shitting you. So, some of the rounds on the tray in her lap were live rounds, not blanks. Says
And
so,
you can
right?
tell that. Can you tell the difference just by looking at them?
Yes.
'Cause I've
Oh,
never been
yeah.
around dummy rounds, so I wouldn't know. I would have no clue.
Yeah.
Good thing
you
I'm
can
not
tell.
an armorer. for
I can't tell
those.
from looking at the damn photo.
Well, the
But-
photo's too small.
Yeah.
I can tell from looking at them.
In person.
What's going to be what's going to be live and what's not.
Okay.
So she said that the rounds came from, you can kind of tell right there. That look to me, I think that no, 'cause
That's a fired spent
Yeah,
cartridge right
that's
there.
okay. So she tries to tell them you cannot tell a live round from a dummy.
By a picture.
She tried to tell them that the bullets came from this guy. They did not, because they weren't the same rounds. Mr. Kenny testified that Mr. Reed had supplied the live rounds for 1883 and said that after the training camp, Mr. Kenny had taken the remaining live ammunition, including more than 145 caliber rounds, back to New Mexico with him. Marissa Popple, the crime scene technician who inventoried evidence from the set, testified that when investigators searched Mr. Kenny's office and storage location, known as PDQ Arm and Prop, they recovered 45 caliber long Colt live ammunition from a gray bin labeled Live Ammo 1883, which Mr. Kenny stored in the bathroom of his office. Did any of them look identical to live rounds found on the set? No.
Okay. Yeah.
So quite simply, they did not bring the round that shot Halen Hutchins. They didn't bring that bullet onto the set, which means that girly girl here in the picture, our little green-haired angel here that thought she was so badass.
Mm-hmm.
Social media
Brought the
Like
live
you in-
rounds
Yeah.
onto the set.
Yeah. Got to take a selfie.
Source of the live rounds. She was bringing in the bullets. She was going, "Oh, guys, go ahead and shoot. Why don't you go out back and shoot at some tin cans? Yeah, just take the guns. Take whatever guns you want." And trying to
God.
do her job while these people took breaks and shot cans with old guns that they'd never be able to afford because they were just having some fun. What ultimately led to this was people out there just fucking around with weapons that they normally would never get to, that they have no responsibility for. They have no idea who left that round in that gun. Why? Because they have no idea who the hell took it and went and sat there and played with it out back and shot some tin cans. That's what this comes down to. This comes down to fuck around and find out.
Unfortunately, yeah. That's the truth.
Honestly,
true.
to me though, whoever takes any firearm needs to check the damn thing. I mean, it's just common sense. Check it for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a diversity hire.
Y'all, I don't even think it was that. I think she was a cheap hire.
Oh,
There's-
yeah. It was a cheap hire.
There's daddy who's like, my little girl's now grown up. I've trained her. Now she's ready to go fly. And she's cheap because Alec Baldwin didn't want to spend any damn money. And we'll give her 2 jobs. Let's do that.
Thank you, Lady Aaron D. There's no
Yeah.
chain of custody on the gun.
Exactly.
So they have no idea who took it. They have no idea who went and fired it. They have no idea who loaded it. They have no idea who unloaded it. It's a train wreck. This is a train wreck. And instead of going, okay, we need to find out who loaded it, who took it, who fired it, who did this, they said, you know what? We're not fucking around with all that. You were the ones that let this weapon go out, get played with, and then handed it to your boss and said, it's cold. You're responsible.
Yeah.
And why did she do that? Because just like Arwyn said, she was cheap. Her daddy obviously didn't teach her that well. Or if he did, she just didn't give a shit. She's young and she's like, yeah, I got it. Blah, blah, blah. She wanted to be the cool person. Let them take the guns out and play with them and have fun with them and fuck around with them. That's why I said, F around and find out. Yep. She did that. And then Alec didn't check his damn gun when he got it. And he should have. Oh, I shouldn't have to. I should be able to trust. Nah, bitch. You've been in how many movies?
Right.
You got told by Sean Connery himself and even reflected on it. Ryan, some things in here don't react to bullets. You don't fucking remember that?
Exactly. It's not like he was just some green actor who got hired for their first, gun movie. No, it's Alec Baldwin, y'all. He's been in the industry he's freaking longer than Methuselah. He knows how to do this stuff. He's worked with guns. Sean Connery, y'all, himself. Talk to him.
Sean Connery himself.
Yeah.
And it's not a prop. It's not even a prop. It's a real gun. So you take even more, precaution. Okay, if they're like, we're gonna give you a prop, we're gonna do this, and they put a gun in my hand, I'm gonna make sure it's a damn plastic prop before I go off.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to edit all that shit out because I'm gonna be like pew 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 pew.
Yeah.
Because that's just gonna be me playing with the damn rubber gun on set. Pew 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 pew.
Yeah. This whole thing is just a mess, y'all. Should have never happened.
And him going, oh, I didn't point it at her. No, you stood in front of the camera and you fanned the gun with your finger holding down on the trigger because that is what you were taught to do when you fan a gun.
And that's the only way the gun would have gone off, too, is if he was pulling the trigger.
Otherwise, you rip the shit, you tear the shit out of this side of your hand unless you're wearing gloves. You will tear the shit coming down on it like that, fanning it. You'll be like, damn, what did I do? Oh, my hand's bleeding. Why my hand bleeding? Because you just ran it over metal, fanning it like a fucking moron without any gloves on.
Well, even if you're intending to do it, I'm going to tell you right now, fanning the hammer on a peacemaker is very painful, even if,
you have gloves.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's one of the first things I did right after my dad told me not to, except it wasn't a peacemaker. It was a little 22. He was like, all right, aim at the can. And I was like, fuck that. Bah, 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 bah. And he was like, nope. Nope. You just lost your shooting privileges, young man.
Little Loki, go sit in the corner.
That's right. What did I do the first time I got a Winchester 30-30? Bah, 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 bah. All right.
Rifleman.
That's right. What kid isn't going to do that? I was 10. He put a Winchester rifle in my hand, and I'm like, lever action. Bah, 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 bah. Nope. Give it back. Damn right I did. Holy shit.
And okay, I'm gonna throw something out. And I don't know the daddy, so I don't know what he taught and what she learned and blah blah blah. But I will say, how long has he been a master armorer? Apparently, he's been in the
Oh,
industry
yeah.
for a
yeah,
very
he's
long
been-
time.
No,
He's
his
very
life.
well
Lot of stuff.
known. He's so
His lifetime.
I would be really surprised, or at least, you know, I wouldn't do this. I know not everyone does things the same way I do. But point is this: if he was training her up to be an armor, she was probably well taught. But again, with her age and inexperience, and apparently holding more than one title, and Alec Baldwin's apparently laissez-faire attitude on the set, who knows what she was thinking. And I know parents have a responsibility to raise kids to do right, but you know what? When the kids become adults, guess what, y'all? They do their own damn thing, regardless of what the parent has taught them or not. Hey, Mark.
Marky Moo has a message.
I'm not a master armor, but I've stayed at Holiday Inn Express. Yeah.
Thanks, Mark.
Anyway, I don't know. Like I said, the whole thing it's just a sad mess. It really is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Dean said I panned a pistol, but it's easier when done with a pistol set up for firing with the special
yeah.
hammer. And I didn't even know they had those.
Well, they have a special hammer that they put on for fanning. It's a real tall one that sticks up a lot higher, and it doesn't even look natural. It looks funky.
Mark.
Yeah, I had no idea. I've never seen one. So not like that. I just, hold the trigger down and fan the damn thing.
When does Baldwin's trial start? Have they set a date yet?
No, but they're guesstimating before the end of the year it'll start.
Well, after this, now that this one's over and we've got a guilty conviction, the DA's probably foaming at the mouth to get this done. To get him on trial, let's go. But these things take time, so it'll be interesting to see what from this trial bleeds over into his.
That right there on the right is a
setting
live
it up,
round.
right? They were setting it up in this trial for his trial. I mean,
Yeah.
you can tell that.
Oh yeah.
The color is different.
Yeah,
Look
it's
at the
that
center.
silver.
The color is different.
So
Maybe you can tell a live round from a picture. She was saying you can't tell a live round from a picture. Maybe
Sure you can.
if you know what to look for.
So they said there were 2 visible rounds in the tray, which had distinctive silver colored primers. And they said that the fact the photo was taken on October 10th, 2 days before the production got more 45 caliber Lone Colt dummy rounds, suggested that those live rounds had come from Miss Gutierrez-Reed. In their closing arguments, they compared the styrofoam bullet tray shown on Miss Gutierrez-Reed's lap with a photo on the styrofoam bullet tray that was taken out of the box of ammunition. She argued that both photos showed the same tray and pointed out that one of the rounds, one with silver primer, which the FBI later determined was a live round, was in the exact same position as in the earlier photo. Could they have been so dumb? Could she have been so dumb that she couldn't tell what was live and what was not?
If she was tired and distracted and not paying attention, sure. If she wasn't paying attention.
Well, and also she was inexperienced, so you have that working against her too.
Well, her lawyer said you can't tell a live round from the dummy in the picture.
See, okay. Well, obviously you can, especially in okay, y'all are trained for that. I'm not. So I might, although I would notice if I'd stared at that picture long enough, I might have been like, why does this one bullet look silver in the middle and the rest look gold? What's different about it? Just kind of common sense. Now, I might not think too much about it before this case. I might be like, oh, maybe it's just different. If I was just a viewer looking at this picture. But there's y'all who have experience who would be like, wait a minute. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things will get people dead.
Could you imagine this? There were a lot of scenes they did on horseback where they were like riding and shooting, right? Imagine you're on this set doing this on a horse, and Alec Baldwin's, shooting at you, and you feel something whiz by your head.
Mhm.
And you're like, I swear, I thought he shot something at me. All of these boxes, all this shit that you've seen on screen, there were multiple boxes like this, and they all had a live round in it.
Oh my
And
God.
these boxes were being used daily. What does that mean? That means that they were swapping rounds out from these boxes every day.
So no telling kind of thing?
There's no fucking telling what was happening, or if I'm completely baffled that they, because it says it right here. These rounds were loaded in and out of these boxes daily. There's reasonable doubt all over the place. They have no idea how many of these sons of bitches got used, how many of them were in guns, anything that used these 45 caliber rounds, like what was in Baldwin's gun. You could have had a gun that had a live round in it, and you just got lucky and you never fired it. You just got lucky and you never fired it because it could have been in your gun and you didn't even know.
All right, Dave, Bob, and Loki, let me ask y'all something. Okay, because this case is it's fascinated me. I won't lie. It's fascinated me. Just like the Brandon Lee one fascinated me. Okay, you're on a movie set. You're getting a shitload of ammo coming in. Are there not people there besides the armor? Because I know, like with the props master, the prop master is in charge of making sure, where the props come from, getting the props there, and getting them where they need to be. But the props master has a team of people beneath them who are in charge of cataloging them, checking them in and out when actors get them, making sure they get back to where the hell they need to go, making sure they stay in good position, making sure they're replaced. If they need any more props, they get with the prop master. There is a team of hands-on people that handle props.
But they don't touch the live stuff.
Okay,
Yep.
but is there not a team
No.
under
not
the armor that checks every single damn? When you get a box, you
Normally.
open it, you look.
Normally, yes, not in this situation.
In
She
this
was the only
situation,
one.
that did
And
not
she had
happen.
2 jobs.
Okay, well, there you go. Shit's going to happen and people are going to get killed. It's frustrating because this never needed to happen. And yes, I am looking at Alec Baldwin because he was the motherfucker in charge. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm cussing like a sailor this morning. I'm worked up.
No,
Well,
don't apologize at all. You're
trying to
absolutely right.
save myself, but it's the truth.
You
You're
just have
absolutely
to
right.
realize one thing in this whole situation. It just sounds like that whole set, not just, what was going on there. Everything on that set was a big cluster. I mean,
Yeah.
that is evident from, like Loki said, people walked off the job not feeling safe and everything else,
Yes, and that was why they walked. Let me be very clear about something. That what Dave Bob just said, that is absolutely 100% correct. These people had huge safety concerns, and they got together. They put those concerns out, and Alec told him they could go fuck themselves to get back to work. And that's when they did the walkout. And when they did the walkout, they were let go and told to go home. Go home, you crybaby little bitches. Yeah. We'll go down to Home Depot and we'll get some workers that can do your fucking job. And that's exactly what they were told. Don't ever think otherwise. Don't let them bullshit you. That's what happened. Those people walked on safety concerns and then were told, don't come back. You're gone. And even the director, Hala Hutchins, said, I was crying when my team got sent out, because it was mainly her team,
and she couldn't do anything for them because Alec Baldwin was in charge.
She couldn't do anything for them because Alec Baldwin was in charge. Thank you, Arwyn.
That's what I mean. There's no standing up and saying, look, I know you're Alec Baldwin. I know you're the great ass of Hollywood, but This is a set where we are using things that can actually get people killed. You have to go above and beyond. Fuck, you want to save money and go make a movie? Save money and go make Manos Hands of Fate. There you go. Problem solved. No guns.
I'm with Pat. Can we get a picture of her holding up 2 hot ramen like soups?
Oh my God.
With her arms crossed like she did with the guns in that picture. Like, yeah, I'm hard now. I got my soups. I got my soups, bitches.
And no, Sensei, I know the armor isn't under a props. I know that. What I'm saying is you've got armor and you've got props master. Those are 2. I mean, you know that. They're 2 set. They are set. What's what I'm trying to say? They're the head of that particular division. So, like the props master's got people to do shit for him. The armor needs to have people to do shit for them, to double check rounds and to make sure all of the boxes have rounds in them and to make sure the guns are where are loaded properly and all that stuff. At least that's, but it didn't happen here.
Nope.
It's like there's got to be a team for each division. It's just important. It's not,
as the armor, it just needs to be her. You put everything in someone's hand that is certified for safety. Mm-hmm. You don't give her a second job. That's just part of the problem. Yeah. It's her having that second job. All she needs to focus on are the rounds coming in, keeping the weapons out of the hands of the crew. Hey, can we have that gun? No. Or you make them sign for it, sign it back in, and you got to be the one to check it when it comes back. You got to be the one to pull everything out, check it, clean it. It's your responsibility, not theirs. If you go, yeah, but you got to clean it before you bring it back. No, bitch, no. That's on you. You got to make sure there's nothing in the gun belt. You got to make sure there's nothing in the gun. You got to make sure any rounds, that's all your responsibility, which means one thing. I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
You're not taking it out back in target practice.
Nope.
With it. It's that simple. I don't care what other sets did. And I don't care if Kurt Russell himself said,
and they would be under lock and key.
Yeah, and be under lock and key. It's her job to keep track of all that. It's her job to be at the armory station. It's her job to make sure everything's safe. And it's her job to go, no, I'm not going to rush this. I got to check the gun. I need it now. Baldwin wants it now. You can tell Alec to kiss my ass. If he has a problem with it, he can come talk to me.
Right.
Yep. And she was young and dumb.
Can I just say something? Because I'm in a shocking mood this morning, y'all. It's been a hell of a couple of weeks. I want to address Pat. Pat, I have been in county, actually. I have. I've never worn the scrubs, but yes, Arwyn has had her share of interesting times. I was in jail for like 9 hours. That's a story for another time, though. That's a story for another time. I'll tell you all that on Sugar and Spice one time.
Did it involve a box of wine?
No, it didn't involve a box of wine.
Okay.
No.
All right, just checking.
Totally innocent, but no. It's all good, though. I don't have a record or anything. Just saying.
That's a story.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah.
Yeah, Arwyn takes one walk in there. I run this bitch now. Where's my soups?
Where's my toilet wine?
Shut up, Dave Bob. Toilet wine? Shut up.
Arwyn, you don't know how they make that stuff in prison?
I don't want to know. No, I don't know. 9 hours was all I was there, and I was in one little holding cell, and that was it. Never had to change clothes. Never. I was let go.
I've never been in jail either, but I've heard the stories.
Yeah, I'm all good.
No. Here's the deal. Arwyn goes in, and Arlena goes in like 2 weeks later, and Arwyn's sitting there being fanned by 2 officers. She got cats and like a rug and sitting there drinking wine. What's up, girl? We run this bitch now.
Well, on that note, my son just came in and poked my shoulder. It's time to go. So I got to take him to work.
All right.
Have a good one,
Thanks,
Lady
y'all.
Arwyn.
I
Thank
love
you,
y'all so
Arwyn.
much, but I love doing this stream every morning. It makes me so happy. But anyway, y'all have fun, and I will talk to you later. Mwah! Bye.
The Lady Arwyn Avalon, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye-bye.
Holy shit. Okay. Wow, what a stream. Thank you guys so very much for being here. No late show tonight. So Loki goes into surgery early tomorrow morning. So I've kind of kept that under my hat. So Loki's gonna go under the knife and under the laser. They're gonna use laser. Laser.
Freaking laser beam.
I've got to get up. I've got to get up early in the morning tomorrow, and they're going to use a laser. Thank you guys. I'm okay. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine, Zion. Yeah, on Saturday. So it's a freaking laser beam. That's right. Thank you guys. So no late show tonight. I gotta let everybody know that too. So I'll let everybody know that usually comes on. I've got, but I should be fine, and I'll give you an update, guys. I promise. I'll give you an update tomorrow once Eris gets me back. I don't know if I'll be able to see or not. I don't know exactly how this is going to work, but because it's corrective stuff for my eyes so that I don't go blind. Because that's what's slowly happening is there's too much pressure. It's like a damn
Glaucoma?
pressure valve. They've got my eyes are swollen.
Wow.
So I know you can't tell, right? But they're swollen and it's getting worse. So they're going to do some corrective stuff. Eris will get me home tomorrow. I just hadn't thought about it. And she was like, what's this appointment for Saturday? I'm like, oh, that's my eye thing. So, yeah, that's how much I was paying attention and how much I've been working my butt off and running my butt off lately. So, Victor Bontaine with a $10 Rumble rant. Thank you so very much, brother. Thank you. He says, like my weekly contribution for decorating the halls of Valhalla. Skull and tuck and roll. Thank you so very much, brother. I'm going to work on it. I've just got to find a damn day where I'm not doing anything. I kept saying, oh, I'm going to do more Final Fantasy stuff. And I just haven't had the time, guys. I was out from the point that as soon as I got done with the show yesterday, I threw off my hoodie, changed my shirt, got in the car, and was out until almost 7. I got back at 6:30 at night. So I was gone from 9 until 6:30, running my ass off. So we're getting there. The office is going to get there. I planned on having all this done before I ever went on a live, before I ever started doing this and saying hi and moving around and being my crazy Loki self. But it just wasn't ready. And I was like, fuck it. I'm tired of just waiting. So thank you guys for the well wishes. Thank you, Victor Pontaine, for the $10 Rumble rant. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. And this one is just for you. We're going to burn the village down on our way out. Skull! Guys, take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak friend honor. We'll see you guys next week on the Weekend Review here on Mornings of Mischief. Have a great Friday, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.